Welcome.
Thank you.
All the way to the side.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Canada for the role they played in liberating our country 20 years ago. When a country gets liberated, there is so much more to it than just taking troops. There is so much that needs to be done. I am one of the 20,000 survivors from Kosovo war that was raped by Serbian forces. At the age of 16, I was abducted by a Serbian police officer. I was taken away from my mom's arms and taken to a Serbian village where I was raped by a civilian and the police officer. I fought for justice for 15 years, from 1999 until 2014. United Nations has failed me. European Union mission law in Kosovo has failed me. But not just with my case only, but for 20,000 other survivors. So far, we don't have one perpetrator behind the bars when it comes to the rape crimes they have committed against Albanian men, women, and children. Yes, I was only 16, but the Serbians did not spare anybody. We have victims as young as 7 and as old as 65. I would like to share a story with you of a girl named Jeta, which in English means life. She was only 7 and she was gang raped by Serbian forces. And then she died right after the rape because she could not handle what was done to her body. When justice failed me, I decided that I had to do something, at least be able to break stigma. And that's what I did. I went back in my country, and I was the very first woman to share my story in public without hiding my identity. Ever since then, I've been going to different countries, meeting with different survivors from all around the world, trying to break stigma and bring justice, because that is what we need. I'm a part of a global network. It's called SEMA. Can you hear me? We are part of 21 countries. We lobby, we advocate nationally, internationally, globally for justice, and I am honored to be here in Canada to share some of the stories of survivors from around the world. It is hard for me to speak about this subject because it's such a taboo in a lot of countries, in all the countries, but it is something that everybody needs to hear their story, and we need to go to the right ears so we can get justice. And I am here hoping that you all will help me be able to break stigma and not treat a survivor as a different human being other than what you are. We are all same. We just have a pain that it will never go away until justice is delivered. Thank you.
Really, thank you. How difficult it was to talk about it and to decide to use your power. So tell us what you think Canada and the United Nations could do, should do, to recognize sexual violence as an act of war.
Yes, so what Canada and other countries can do, first of all, is to pressure Serbia to recognize and admit the crimes that they have done against Albanians in Kosovo in 99 and 98 through 99. And we need the sexual violence cases to be reported to the annual report at the General United Nations when they do their yearly report. So Kosovo needs to be mentioned there. Bosnia it is. Bosnians, they had divorce from the same people, Serbians, but for some reason, Kosovo is not mentioned there. And we need to hold Serbia accountable for the crimes they have done and help us get justice and hold the perpetrators accountable for their crimes. And Serbia shouldn't be this country playing the role of the victim when the whole world watched what Serbians did in early 90s, starting with Yugoslavian countries.
It sounds doable to me. And I hope some of the officials of the United Nations are in fact watching this, and it's on the record.
I hope so. I would just like to leave you all with a good note that to me makes me feel what it means to speak up and break stigma. I'll tell you a story of an Albanian son that he did not speak to his mother for 20 years because he blamed her of what happened during a war, that she was raped. After he heard my story, he called his mom begging her for forgiveness because he understood that Serbian did that against our will. Thank you.
Look at that. Look what can happen. Good things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.